Okay. Oh, hold on. Let's, adjust the volume of the music. Let's get that taken care of so you can actually hear me. Hi, everyone, and welcome. It is Wednesday, which means it is time for another Mini Mayhem here on WizKids YouTube and Twitch channels. And I'm your host, Vee Mus'e, and I'm going to be showing you lots of pretty minis today. I'm not even kidding. We're basically focusing on Pathfinder. It is going to be a Pathfinder Battles day. I am beyond excited for this one because there's some gorgeous minis I'm going to be sharing with you. But before we jump into that, there's just a couple of announcements that I want to make for you, news-related type of things. So let us go over to here. Quick little reminder, we are going to be doing the Red Slod Paint Night kit, but we're giving it a little twist with the slod being turned green using the paints that were left over from your Paint Night kit if you have already used the kit. So if you've already have one of these kits and you still have your paints and you want to join along, all you need to do is go to your friendly local game store and pick up your red slot in its blister form, and then you can join us on July 9th. We did have a change of date because there were some other things happening on the 16th, D&D Live, so we didn't want to step on toes since all of us are somehow involved in terms of being streamers for WotC. We want to be sure to respect space and everything like that. So we are going to be doing this paint night the paint party, I should say, on the 9th of July. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you can come and join us and have some fun with it. I'm looking forward to showing you how to take your slot and make them more of the magical green type as opposed to the sinister red type. So there's that going on. Also, I'm happy to report that our e-com stores are starting to get back up and running and into business. So if you check out shop.wizkids.com as well as dndmini.com, you're going to start seeing more and more of the inventory returning because we've gotten things settled between the warehouses and inventory all figured out. All that lovely factor going on. So keep in mind when it comes to getting these paint night kits, they are only at participating local game stores. So brick and mortar stores will carry these. They will not be available online as of yet. If you want to find a store near you that has this, then please by all means go to the official page for this event. It is wizkids.io/redslod. Okay, whole thing put together in one word. And that'll pull up all the information and details. It even gives you a search option for finding stores near you. Also, if for some reason you don't have a store near you with the kit, you could feasibly look at the list of paints that we have up there from Vallejo and sort of gather your own paints and get comparable colors and just buy the blister form of the red slod, which I don't personally have anymore because I opened that sucker up and I painted it. But you could get the blister form, get comparable paints, and you could still join us for this event. So keep that in mind. The paint kits are getting to be more in demand, which is a good thing. We want this to happen for the stores. So that's why I'm trying to make sure that everyone is aware that this is going to be happening. Get yourselves on over there, and hopefully I will see you in the chats. And I'm going to be joined by the lovely guests, Brian Gray and Eugenia Vargas. They are players on Rivals of Waterdeep, as well as other streams, Motherlands. They have their own streams that happen every Tuesdays and Thursdays, I want to say, for Huge. And Brian has these fantastic streams. Like my Saturday mornings start out every morning with Brian and his morning streams because they're just wonderful. So truly, truly wonderful. Check them out. You can find Brian as Urban Bohemian. You can find Huge as DM Jazzy Hands over on Twitter. Make sure to go and check them out, follow them, and all that goodness. So those will be my special guests for this very fun WizKids Paint Party free. I want to make sure I mentioned that, and I mentioned that the stores are getting to be back up and running, which is fantastic. Just keep in mind more and more things are going to be added and included. So it's just getting back into the swing of things basically after the warehouse shuffle. That could be a fun song. But if you have a question for me, let's make sure I mention that too. If you have a question, please make sure you put in caps. Caps is very important because sometimes even just normal question will fly by me. Put in caps question with the question that you have for me. I will do my best to answer that for you. Just keep in mind sometimes I may not have all the information, or there might be some bits of information that I can't share yet because we aren't at the point where it is okay to go and share with the public because things are still happening, things are still in development, that sort of thing. I will do my best to be as transparent as possible as I can be though, and if I don't know, I will simply say I don't know. I will look into it for you. I think that covers the general gist of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some fun. and I'm very much looking forward to this. We're basically going to be having some fun today with Pathfinder Battles. We have a few things that are coming up in the month of July. Now, keep in mind, I am keeping the terminology for releases in month terms because we are still seeing every so often there are shipping delays that are happening due to lack of containers and things like that. There's all this like global shipping stuff that's happening. NPR it and you'll be surprised. But we're doing the best we can to make sure we get the product to you in a timely fashion within the range that we're saying. So if you're seeing us mentioning months, that is why. So everything I am showing to you is available for pre-order now. Definitely, I'm always going to say this, reach out to your local game store. Let them know you are interested in what you have seen here today. I'm going to be doing my best to give you SKUs where and when I can. And then that way you will also be able to pardon, you'll be able to provide that information with your local store and place a pre-order. And in terms of other things, fry minis, that would be very cool. I can't speak to that, but yeah, it would be cool. So what I'm going to show you are basically the releases coming in July for Pathfinder Battles. And let me tell you, I'm excited about these miniatures. These are, and this is as a miniature painter and collector, these are some fine minis, okay? I was also super excited to realize that I now have all my chromatics for the adult dragons because I painted a blue dragon and there's a white dragon that we're going to be seeing today. And then don't forget City of Lost Omens. You got your red, your black, and your green in that collection. So I'm excited that that grouping is pulled together and ready to go because quite frankly, I am a sucker for the Pathfinder dragons. There's also another dragon I'm going to be showing you later on today. Not the big one, but another dragon I think you're going to be excited to see too because it's a beaut. But first, what I want to do is I'm going to show you the premium painted figures for wave 2 of the Pathfinder Battle Minis. These are the miniatures that are great for using for NPCs or PC purposes, and some really great details are coming in them. So I say let's flip over to the overhead, and I do have, this is what the little white strip is here. I have a lovely photo box set up, which I'm finding is doing a great job displaying. So here we have all of these fantastic PC related, pre-painted, ready right out of the blister. So there's 6 in this collection. I'm going to be opening up all 6 of these so you can get a closer look at all of them. And I will be giving you the SKU. And keep in mind, when I am done with the streams, I go back in and I make sure to plug in as much information as I possibly can about what we've talked about in the stream today. But I just wanted to quick give you a look. So when you go in, you're going to be looking for this gorgeous packaging that is a metallic red with this gold scroll work to the one side. Those are your Pathfinder Battles premiums, okay? So it's that's the 6 of them. Let's go through and I'm going to read them off to you one at a time and take them out of the blisters so you can actually see them. Hello for those of you joining in and saying hi. It is wonderful to see you. Don't forget we have those chat commands happening. So if you want to find a local store near your exclamation point local should pull that up for you. If you want to find out more about where else you can find me, exclamation point V should be active. It got quirky last time, but I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little interesting. I'm going to be checking out the chat commands after I'm done with the stream. I'm doing channel work after this. But let's take a look first at the female human bard. Oh, look, thank you so much, Valerius. That brought up the command in YouTube. So for those of you in Twitch, you can type in the same command and that link will come up for you, no problem. Luckily, we have this combined chat to the side, so hopefully you can all see each other and interact with each other between the channels. I do like seeing the back and forth. And yes, Morphinius, the spell effects have gotten to be so incredible. I'm loving the use of this transparent, translucent plastic that has tints. So for this one, I said it's the female human bard. The SKU on this one is 77. This is where I feel like I'm playing bingo. 77509. That is your SKU for this, and this is how she looks in the blister. All right, your classic black disc. Remember the black discs, they're gonna start getting phased out little by little as things move forward and you're gonna get the clear plastic bases. But for now, you're still in your classic black. Please be careful as you start removing miniatures now from blisters. There are new little locking mechanisms to keep the minis more secure. So as you can see here, there is this lip going over the head of the miniature. Don't just yank that out of the package, you might break something. What you wanna do is put pressure on that and let the mini pop out that way. I I'm wondering why local didn't work. Thank you, Hulk Reality. See, this is where I need to go back and check on the chat commands. I think some of them got a little, I don't know if Nightbot got lazy or what happened, but let's take a look at the female human bard. Now, forewarning, absolutely do keep in mind that I am going to be toggling a lot with my camera focus because we are looking at a large variety of size ranges happening. It's one of those things where we're going from small to medium to large to huge to gargantuan. So keep that in mind. So let me get the focus slightly more in on her. There we go. And you can see all these great details. Instrument in hand, sword. Look at the detail on the handle, or the, what's that? Oh, I am blanking and I know this part of the sword, but look at this part of the sword that protects the guard. So there you go. The cape is just this beautiful amethyst purple, gold edge details. It really is one of those things, you're either going to be sung a tune of conquering or hack and slash, and just this great look of determination. It really is a beautiful miniature. So that is, and I'm not going to spend too much time on each miniature because, like I said, we have a lot of minis to get through and I want you to see that. Will the clear bases still be separate or will they be attached? They should be separated just by how they're set up themselves for Mini. That's a good question. For this type of thing, separated. So that is the, actually, I might leave that one out for scale. So that I'm going to, you know how I love blisters. Bye. Okay, so that is the first one for the female human bard. Let's take a look. Oh, this one's fun. The male half-orc druid. This is a beautiful one. I am excited when I saw this one and the details that are on there. Hello, Smokebeard, and afternoon to you as well. Let me get out of the blister. Again, classic black disc. I'm not going to show you the black disc. You get to see it first go around. Here, this one is in its blister. And skew right there, 77511. And again, just be careful removing these because there are little points of keeping these secure now. So you don't just go in and grab and go. Just be careful. So here is this male half-orc druid. And first of all, this spell effect flare is beautiful. It almost reminds me of like a lily with the stamen. But can we talk about the armor? Look at the details. It's this beautiful mix of limes and olive greens and nice warm ruddy browns. But the texture, it's a beautiful. It truly is a stunning mini. And I love all these little extra details. That little touch of red in the antlers. The club, the spiked club. You know, just practical leather boots. And you see the orc, you know, the fangs are sticking out at the bottom lip. It definitely seems like the make peace, not war type. I agree, yeah. But this is one of my favorite ones from this particular wave. For the male half-orc druid. Beautiful, beautiful sculpt on that one. Moving along, I think we're good. No, I'm saving that one for later. I like that one for later. All right, the female elf champion is the next one we're going to be taking a look at. So this is the female elf champion. As I get it out of the blister, I'm trying to be good in making sure that I'm saving things to make my life easier when I say goodbye. So pop it out of the front part of the blister, and here it is in blister with SKU number 77508. And again, up here, there's a little lock point. I don't know if you can see that, but that's something I'm going to push up so that she'll pop out more easily. I mean, they're being far more vigilant about making sure these travel safely. But here you go with this one. I just think it's lovely. Look at the action in this one. The sword about to be swung, and the sword itself, again, that tinted plastic, this lovely cornflower blue. It is a beautiful, I'm going to say this right now, all the minis you're going to be seeing today have color to them, and they're stunning, and they're vivid, and they're well combined. Let's talk about the sword. Let's also talk about the shield. This is a beautifully sculpted shield. Quite frankly, it's one of the more favorite ones that I've seen in a very long time on a miniature. but it's just this intense, vibrant piece. Even the armor is beautifully done. See that there? Look at all of that. Truly, truly, it's a beautiful sculpt. And you can see there's even texture happening with everything flowing under the cape too. So there is that one for you. Well done. Lovely. And let's get those out from under me. Female human cleric is the next one. You know, Leonardo, yeah, that's very true. Strong Castlevania vibes. Absolutely. I mean, that's the lovely thing about these miniatures. They are so well done. You very easily could pop these into your homebrew campaigns. Like, if you have a Castlevania homebrew, absolutely get that mini. Perfect fit. Again, female human cleric, not half cleric. Female human cleric. And this one is SKU 77507. And already you can see in the blister in and of itself that beautiful spell effect. So let me pop that one out. Oh, I forgot to take a disc out of one of the blisters. That's okay, I have to pick them up later anyways. This one, not so much. There is a little attach point up here at the top, but it's not as deep as the others. But you do need to make sure you're being careful. So, take a look here. You have beautiful tattoo details on the face, but then you also have this fantastic motion to the sculpt. And you're dealing with sapphire blues and these vibrant yellow topaz colors of the spell effect. Look at the texture in that spell effect. And extra little details here. See all of this? It is... Yeah, Irony of Brian. You're on the mark with that of where else these could very easily. The MSRP, that's a very good question in the gamer room. Suggested MSRP is $7.99 US for each of these, okay? So each of them is $7.99. Although sometimes I find that local stores, they might have deals and incentives, so that's why I always recommend checking out your FLGS too. But yeah, it is true. I just love the shapes that are you get like these little hints to S curves and everything. Lines and flow. So that is the human cleric. Now we're going to take a look at the male gnome sorcerer, which, let me get this one open. I don't know why this one's being stubborn. He doesn't want to come out and play. I'm watching my microphone to make sure it's not gating on you. Okay, so let's pop this little fellow out. Now this is our small, and I'll pull up one of the other ones so you get comparison of size here. But you have a SKU of 77510, and here he is in his little blister. Smaller disc because this is a small, see, little one. And let me get them out. Think that wasn't too bad. All right, so here is our wee gnome sorcerer, which because we've shifted in size, like I said, when the size gets a little playful on me. Okay, there we go. So you can see again the fantastic spell details that are going on. The color palette I am here for. It is so bright and cheerful. You have this vivid apple green, and I beg your pardon. Forgive. Well, thank you, potential spam. You have this beautiful apple green and a bright, vivid cherry red, and this beautiful sky blue spell effect. And then look at like fun little details like potion bottles and the pouch hanging off of the belt. For sense of scale, let me pull the other one along here. You all seem to like the Castlevania-esque one, so this gives you your sense of scale between the two. Medium, small. So there's that one, and then the last one we're going to take a look at, Witch Bolt! So, and that actually, yeah, that is the gamer's room. The paint quality is a little bit more detailed than what you get in the booster. That's why they're premium painted. So there is a paint difference between these and what you would find in boosters. So that's not unintentional. That is an intentional thing. These have a little bit more details involved with them because they're their own separate miniature. You're not buying them in a random pull box. Here's the last one. And this one is the female half-elf Swashbuckler. I just love the Swashbuckler part. So 77506 is your SKU. And again, you can see up here, you're going to need to make sure you push that little tab up to get the mini out of the blister. But you want to talk about amazing details. Look at everything that is going on here. You have little tattoos, you have edging, details all along the armor. Scabbard is looking lovely. The boots. There's just little bits of color everywhere. I'm trying to hold this so I can show everything off in my hands, not blocking so much. Even the crossbow has some good utility belt, right? This is honestly, it's the Druid and this one are my favorite of these. This is wave 2 of the premium painted. But yes, like this is one I would love to build a character on. Yeah, the action, there's just this fantastic motion to, you know, this determination, holding out that crossbow, ready to fire. It's a stunning miniature. And I do like this color palette of these really rich chocolatey browns, the bright vivid reds, and you have these touches of gold on the armor, and obviously the silver in the sword. But truly, truly a fun miniature with everything going on there. So that is all 6 of them. Again, these are coming out in July. So right now, available for pre-order. Reach out to your FLGS. Let them know you are interested, whichever ones you want to get, whether it's the full line of the 6 or if there's one in particular. I will be adding in the information at the end of the stream after we are done and I say goodbye to you. Let's just go over there. And that way you can go back in and check SKUs and I'll make sure the MSRP and everything there ready to go. Don't forget, if you want to find a store near you, all you have to do is go to whizkids.io/local store. Plug in your information. You can even decide how far you are willing to travel when you put in the search details, which is quite helpful. First of all, Lion Tribe, let's nix the caps. And also, if you want to ask me a question, don't forget, you can, in caps for this case, type in the word question and have your question come. So, honestly, I can't answer that question for you. Carrying on, now we're going to shift into looking at Bestiary Unleashed. And if I switch to Bestiary, it's because I literally have a book up there that says Bestiary, but I'm looking at a logo over here that says Bestiary. So I'm doing my best to make sure I keep saying Bestiary. If I slip, it's Bestiary, B-E-S-T-I-A-R-Y, Unleashed. This is a beautiful collection. So what I'm going to be doing is, first I'm going to show you, let me take a quick sip of tea. So much better. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the preview box that many media outlets as well as content creators will be getting from us. And it's sort of a highlight reel of some of the miniatures you can find in the random pull boosters. Then what I'm going to do is show you the Treerazer, because hello, it's super awesome. But for this particular collection, I also had the benefit of snagging the opened brick that was used for photography purposes for our e-com and everything like that. So I have some extra miniatures I'm going to show you today beyond what's coming in the preview box that other content creators and media outlets will be getting. So, Ron Davis, I have no control over that, to be honest, in terms of what stores are there. That's why I always recommend call them, email them first to make sure things are still going. Some of them have adjusted hours, some of them are doing appointments only, some of them are doing ship to home type of situations. It starts you off so you can at least find. Okay? Thanks, Morphinius. Hopefully I keep it Bestiary. Will you be my Bestiary friend? I don't know if that sounds right. All right, so... There is definitely going to be, heads up, a lot of toggling with these miniatures because of the varying sizes that are happening with what I have to present to you. They are all so gorgeous. So when I talk about the, let me flip.
Hold on one moment, please.
So when I talk about the preview box, this is the preview box, okay? You'll probably be seeing a lot of influencers or content creators and, you know, media outlets using this as their go-to. So they get the highlight reel of some of the miniatures from this particular line. So I'm going to go through this blister. We'll take a look at all of them up close. Then we're going to take a look at the Treerazer. So you can't go wrong. We're going to start first. We are going to start first with some of my favorite tops. And let me go back to overhead. Yoink. So here we have a classic Pathfinder goblin. You know me. You know I love my Pathfinder goblins. Pathfinder Battles, I should say. They are so much fun. Can I get the focus a little bit more on the mark for you, my darling? There we go. A little bit more in focus. So this one is called, these are not going to be for sale in stores. I understand the appeal of them. However, these are pretty much marketing based samples that go out. They will not be retail available. So this one is the Goblin War Chanter Shortbow. And it is number, do I have a number? 15 of 44. All right. So this is the Goblin War Chanter with a short bow, 15 out of 44. Yeah. But you can take a look here and get a good look. Again, it's these fun pops of colors that you're getting. The sky blue and the sunny yellow, and then the brown coat, but look at the red tipped arrows. And obviously the lovely bright green skin. And those grins. The Gamers Room, I don't give out the rarities for this. This is more speaking towards what you get to see and details and everything like that. Next up, in this particular line, oh, this is a fun one. I kept calling it the snitch though, so I have to be careful. This is the Arbiter Eon. And do I have a number? Yes, I do have a number. Hold on, let me get the number. This one is 16 out of 44. But look at this. It's up on a stand, so in flight. Oh, thank you, Fry Minis. That's very good to hear. I will let our photographer know that they're doing a fantastic job with the photo requests that we're putting in. Thank you very much for that. I agree. They've been really fun and dynamic and fun to be able to put to use for socials. But you can see it's this lovely orbed winged creature with a knife. This is a snitch you don't want to get on the wrong side of. But there's that one. So that's another one you can expect. And then, I'm telling you, I have a lot of minis, so I'm not trying to rush it. I do want you to see them. Oh, this is one of my favorites. It's a fun one. So this is the Mummy Pharaoh 37 of 44. It's so cool. Look at breathing fire, but the colors are so rich and lovely. Again, this, if you have issues with getting weapons that sort of warp slightly, that's a quick, use a hairdryer, warm it up a little bit, then dunk it in cold water. I'll be doing that after the fact. And then the length will straighten out and hold its form. But here you have, look at these details between the wraps, the sunken hollowed eyes, that lovely navy, really is a classic navy, and then you have streaks of red happening. But there's this one. It's so much fun, really is. So again, that's the Mummy Pharaoh. Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, hot water and ice also works. This is stuff I mention every single time. If anyone has the luxury of a heat gun, very cool. Those work too. Just be careful with how long you put them on them. Next, this is the Grim Reaper, and I think this is, ooh, so much fun. This one is number 34 out of 44. Take a look at this one. Just really lovely touches. Like, I like that the chains are gold. They're not just like rusty chains that you often see on Reapers. And you even have this gold necklace. And again, you have a clear little bit to lift them up in flight. Post, that's the word I'm looking for. A clear post. But even on the back, you see there's a bit of extra happening. So yeah, and the tattered details, truly, truly wonderful. And the face is sinister in that it's almost like you don't even get like the classic Grim Reaper. It's more of almost mask-like, which I like the idea of. But that's the Grim Reaper, which I find quite lovely. Oh, this is a beautiful one. I love the colors on this. This is a beautiful color blend. And this one is the Merfolk Warrior. And it is 40 of 44. But let's talk about these rich sapphire and cobalt blues. I love the water base going on here. So you get the lovely texture of water underneath happening there. The trident is stunning. It's just such a neat shape. Aqua magnificent. I agree. You even have the scale work on the tail, but the sinewy turns of the tail. Again, you get that eye-pleasing S curve. Let me see if I can get a good angle. That eye-pleasing S curve to the base of the tail, or the tip of the tail, I should say, as it works itself up to the base. It really is a lovely miniature. Some tattoo work on the top of the head. It is I agree, Leonardo, a very imposing, yet quite stunning in my book, mini. And again, this is one of the things you could get from the booster bricks. So the random pulls, if you were to get a booster, those are $19.99. If you were to get a bic, no, that's a pen. If you were to get a brick, that is $159.92, and that's 8 boosters collected together. So there's that one, which I am a huge fan of. Next, we're moving on to, and this is one that could actually work really well. This is an Enforcer Anne, and it is 35 of 44. However, I could easily see this one also working if you're doing Gearforge, Warforge, Clockwork-esque PC creation. And again, you're getting those sunken eyes with like sort of the expressionless face. It's very similar to the Grim Reaper. But it's this lovely muted silver and this tattered, almost like an ecru going on here. The cape and the hood addition against, this is what I mean with the sculpts. They're getting to be thoughtful with the details. You have the hard lines, yet nicely detailed lines of the figure itself, of the metallic build. But then you put this touch of fabric over it, and it's just a great juxtaposition of the soft lines of the fabrics, the tattered look of the fabric, to the clean, sharp lines of the body's build. So it really is a stunning miniature. And I like the posing, like, you know, hold on here, wait a minute. Stop, wait a minute. Oh, that's an interesting point. It could work really well. And that's just it. So many of these minis. Yes, they're coming out in the Bestiary Unleashed. However, so many of these could be used elsewhere. And that's what I love it when there's versatility to miniatures. When you get a set and you know, not only will it work for this Pathfinder adventure, it's also going to work for another adventure that I have my eyes on and might be working with. Quite frankly, I'm running an adventure and there's a few in here I'm like, oh, that could be cool to bring out, but we shall see. It is rather cyberpunkish, and pardon me, I'm going to need to be sipping my tea because I've been talking a lot this week and my voice, you can hear it's getting a little raspy. Make the weapon into a lightsaber for my son's Star Wars Legion. Oh, you could even just like paint it to look like it's a lightsaber. That would be very cool. Looks like a, oh, that's interesting. Offspring of a doppelganger and Doctor Doom. I like that idea. And the next one up, I actually like this one. This is the Succubus, and this is 38 out of 44. And this is a sculpt I can get behind because you've got this seductive blend of the reds and the blacks. But girl is dressed to the nines. And I'm here for it. There's almost this Maleficent-esque... Actually, hold on. Oh, no, you get back here. We're going to compare you. Actually, talking about how you can kind of tweak things around a little bit, this is the adult black dragon. Here we go with focus issues. This is the adult black dragon from the City of Lost Omens collection. It's going to be out of focus because it's bigger. And here you have the succubus. You could very easily have a Maleficent-esque character incorporated into your game and play off the two, because look at very similar details happening in the horns and the wings. That could be something fun. I had to. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I had to point that out. As always, asking Warlock tiles. Okay, that's great to hear. Don't be bored. I'm glad they finally got to you. Well, I think, you know, honestly, I see that black dragon is more of a female base myself. But yes, this is the succubus. Classic red and black, which is always such a strong color combination. And I love this little detail of this clear wrap draped across the arms. So that's the succubus. And then, moving along, God, they're just so, like I said, there are so many gorgeous, vibrant color combinations. I am beyond pleased. And honestly, yeah, the black dragon is one of my favorite dragons. That and the Mankare. Those two really caught my attention over this past year. And here we have the Celestial Legionnaire. 39 of 44. And let's talk about truly like that bright classic gold for most of the piece, but you can see there's this little bit of extra detail work that's happening in the armor, some scroll work, some symbols, that fantastic flame blade, again that transparent plastic. It's a vivid orange, and then you have the face is blacked out a bit, so you got this sense of mystery to it. So that's the front. Lifted up again on a post, and I like that we have this support factor going on here. It attaches both to the back as well as to the foot. It's not just resting on the foot itself and then you run the risk of that tip forward, as I've seen in some other miniatures. It is a dynamic, beautiful pose. And here are the back of the wings. Very clean lines. Yeah, Golden Saints vibes. Yes. Does it have highlights? It doesn't have, if you could very easily, if you wanted to, go in and give additional highlights if you want to. It doesn't have as many highlights as like what you were seeing with the premium painted earlier. But I mean, as a mini painter, I have gone in and I have zhuzhed up various miniatures because I can see fantastic textures that could be brought out a little bit more, and it works well. It does work very well doing that. So if that's something you're considering doing, then yeah. Okay, and here we have another beauty with wings. This is the, bear with me, the Astral Deva, and this is 33? I think so. Yes, 33 out of 44. So here, let me show off this one to you. So take a look at this one. But it's another beautiful, it almost has like a Marilyn Monroe-esque. I need to play with focus because we've shifted size a little bit here. There we go. It almost has some sort of like a Marilyn Monroe-esque look to the outfit. But the scroll has writing and symbology on it, which is wonderful. And it wraps around the body. You have the wings sort of folding in. Mostly white in detail, and the gold. And again, same thing. This hammer sort of flopped a little bit in storage, but nothing little heat and cold can't fix. And it's just such a great positioning. And this one is lofted up on the feet, but both feet are on there, so it's a lot more secure. And the scroll is also acting as additional support for this pose. Really clever way of presenting this. Marilyn Moonrise. I like that. No, I think it's probably some really important details, not just a cookie recipe. Yeah, no, the chat is very happy with this. Yeah, this is one of the ones I really looked into. It's like, oh, that's just it. Squeaky. There's far more dynamic posing with these sculptures across the board that you're going to be seeing with so many of these miniatures. Ah, okay, this one I'm excited about. This is like one of my favorite ones. I hope you look out and get to pull this from your booster or brick collection. Question. Does it stand well? I remember the ironies of years past. It stands beautifully. There's a lot more support happening. So here we have this stunning Afridi, 26 of 44. And I need to zoom out, fix the focus because it's slightly larger. But take a look at this. You have these stunning ruby reds, these dark midnight blues, leather armor of warm browns and chocolate browns. Fantastic spell effect, shooting from the sword. Dang, right? This is the one I saw when I opened it up and I screeched. This is one I'm actually not going to pack back up. I'm going to find it. Oh, it will look really great. Okay, I already found a display piece for display place for this one. But and just that grid, just that, ooh. Like, I would create a one-shot based around this as my big bad. It really is stunning. This is 2-inch. That's definitely not 1-inch. You're looking at a large creature, it looks like here. And it's just wonderful. Here, for sense of scale, we'll bring out our Castlevania one that seemed... See? So medium. And there you go. Truly, truly lovely. Yeah, the spell effects have really gone to next levels. Many of the spellcaster figures are getting beautiful touches of spell effects. I'm loving the transparent, translucent, clear use of these different ones. Okay, now we have... Now this one, I'm not quite sure of pronunciation. It's the Cystodemon? Cystodemon, maybe. Every so often I'll find where I'm like, I'm not sure of actual pronunciation. But it is 29 of 44, and talk about Bigfoot gone bad. But oh boy. It almost looks like King Kong and Sasquatch, because I know how you like to blend your characters together. King Kong and Sasquatch. Love child type of thing. But the fur detail is stunning. The claws are intense with these grips happening. Clenched fists, claws ready to... Morphinius, hold me, I'm scared. But yeah, and look at the cloven feet at the bottom. There's a few elements, and these horns are incredible. How they have them wrapped up and around each other. There is such a flow of action and motion in this sculpt. I'm a huge fan of that one. It is a very powerful figure. Absolutely Morphinius. Powerful figure. So that's the front, and there's the back. You can almost feel this punch. You know? Like, this is one that's like, I'd be ducking or noping on out of there. But yeah, this is a lovely, lovely... Here, let me show you the base. There we go. Gives you all your information right there. Okay, so there's that one. Moving along, like I said, I'm going to go through the preview box. We'll take a little break-see by jumping over to the Treerazer because, oh my goodness. And then I'll show you the extra figures that I got from the photography brick, where there's some other figures that are going to be part of the collection. Here we have another Celestial Defender. Look at this fellow. He actually reminds me of someone I know, and I'm very tempted to send this along to my friend because I have a second one of it, and I think he would have a big kick out of that. But again, this very classic gold, but the details on the shield and the armor The number on the defender. Very good question. That is 30 of 44. Thank you, Joshua. But look at this. It looks like the hand is a lance, or it's one of those things the hand goes into the lance itself for a better grip and hold situation. But oh yeah, I am a big fan of this one. Let's do for scale again. You can see. Quite impactful, especially when you go to put it on the table. Like this is one of those things like, oof. Presence is known. And all these just great touches, the rivets and the scroll work. It's wonderful. I do too. It's an interesting shaped shield. It's almost banner-like. You know, looks almost like a banner, and then you have that little swoop taken out of the top. Stunning little details. I'm gonna set that one there because I'm gonna take a picture for it for Twitter later, and we're gonna do a who does this remind you of question? That's an interesting question, don't be bored. Which mini are you most excited to get to the table? The Afridi, absolutely the Afridi. Another one that's coming up, I would love to get on the table. Continuing on, this one's just freaking cool, man. All right, so here we have the Pleroma Eon, 41 of 44. And you all know I love my spacey effects. Well, can't get more spacey than this. This reminds me so much of like seeing a nebula out in space. It's such a cool effect here. Whoa, says Morphinius. Yeah. It is. Oh, here, I'll get scale going again for you. It really does help to see the scale. Look at that. I mean, that's impressive. And it's lovely, and it's vibrant, and it's colorful, and it's such an interesting sense of details. The folds in the pants. Look at the details on the cape. I mean, look at this. Hello. Even the spells. These are clear plastic, but there's such lovely detail included into it, almost like cracked crystal globes. Yeah, it is stunning. Calcius, no, you can go back to the VOD. So there's that one. Again, all of these that are seeing now, if you're joining me later, these are what are part of the booster bricks. So the boxes you can get in random pull, 4 figures out of each box, or if you get the brick, it is 8 boosters in the brick. And this is another fun one. This is a Lich. And the Lich is 36 of 44. And I need to fix because we've switched again. Hold on. Toggling focus. But look, more writing inside of the book. You look in a book. Those little extra details. Very dark color scheme except for those pops of color. Look at that crown at the top of the staff. That skull worked in there. The chest plate. The tattered robes. Scrolls. Carried in a case. Little dagger hidden behind. It's a fantastic Lich. Book Club Lich. What's the book this month? Figure that one out. You know, Leonardo, you're not wrong. I mean, it's a beautiful Lich. It's a nicely done Lich. But it does get a little bit outshined over some of the others that you're going to be seeing in this collection. But it's still a strong, beautifully done sculpt with a lot of texture in its form. Okay, now this one, it's cool, but this is also one of those things that'd probably be a very good prank for people who have issues with bugs. So this is the giant Mantis, and it is 31 of 44. And I'm telling you, you could carefully pop this off the base just so it can stand on its own and tuck this thing somewhere and scare the bejeebers out of someone who is not thrilled about insects. Okay. So that, but look at all these details happening here. It really is a beautiful. It is life. That's a funny thing. It's life size for us. It's 2 scale if you want an actual mantis. But if you want to see it against the mini, there you go. Height-wise comparable, but obviously, well, this is sort of cheating because of the cape. We'll do it this way. See? Your bearded dragon would try to eat it. I don't recommend feeding this. Don't do that. Please don't do that. But yet, question, are we back to the 3 small, medium, and 1 large booster? You know, that's a good question, the gamers room. I'm not sure what they decided to go with on this one. Let me see. Did I have that? 1 second. Just 1 quick second. Let me look. I don't have that information. I'd have to look into that. Was not mentioned on the solicit that I use for these. So, I will have to see. Because some of the, like I know Darklands had the varied pulls, which made it interesting. I don't know if they went the same route with this one as well. All right, moving on. The Merid. Oh, the Merid is gorgeous. Wait till you see this one. The Merid is 27 of 44.
Look at the color on this guy.
I need to fix the focus. There we go. Look at the blues and the tattoo work. It's just so darn pretty. Thank you. Disclaimer, WizKids does not take any responsibility for customers feeding their minis to pets. But yeah, another great pose. Ready for action. Even with the eyes, you have this additional touch of the white tattoo work on the knees, if I can get it at the right angle there. And the water effect is just lovely. It's that very pale blue, transparent pale blue, but there's touches of this silvery white for the breaking parts of the waves. It's Dr. Manhattan on a holiday. You're looking for that special summer encounter. Bet you this one likes pina coladas. So that's the Merid. How are we doing on time? Oh my goodness. Honestly, I fully expected this to be a long stream because of all these great minis. So if you need to like get up and get a drink, that type of thing, I'd recommend it. Treerazer is probably going to appear at the top of the hour, would be my guess. And now we're looking into our Shaitan, 28 of 44. I love the color scheme in this. That blade. This is one I would love to see cosplayed, quite frankly. I could see a couple of really talented cosplayers pulling this one off and it just looking absolutely incredible. And again, let's, you know, pull for scale. It's a sizable creature. I mean, obviously with the base right there, but I'm gonna swing at you. This is where you want to be careful. That's not a knife. This is a knife, right? Yep, Fry, you and I are on the same path. I just literally saw that one. Pina Colada Elemental. Well, I mean, yeah, because you got your water in there. So there's this guy. Front, back, side. I love the musculature. It's so beautifully done. Really. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And this blade, yo! Look at that. Like I said, like I really want to see this cosplayed. It's stunning. It is such a cool look. And now we're gonna move to our Etten. This one's fun. This one is a lot of fun. This is the Etten with flail. Not flail, like the actual weapon. But look at this. This is like, I see you're having a bad day. Pardon the intrusion. I'll just go this way and nope it on out of there. Fun blend of grays and silvers, and then you get the pops of really warm colors of oranges and these tawny yellows. The wraps around the feet. Yes, it's a female Etten. Sean, you're lucky I saw that. If you have a question for me, make sure you put in caps question, just like Yosha did. The number, yeps, of course. Thank you for reminding me. You're keeping me honest on that one. This is 32A of 44. Remember that we had like those little delineations. Squeaky. Come on. So that's great. I love the snarling faces. It's so much fun. But for Sean, no, the premiums you can put on black discs, which I have not done. So you'll still get bases. It's just ones you have to super glue on for yourself. That's what's going on with those. All right, so that's the Etten. And then, come out, wherever you are. And this one is the Quell Ant. This is not an ant I would want for coming over for a holiday dinner, though. Creepy! Talk about a horror figure. Holy moly. Take a look at this. Those claws. I'm telling you. But yeah, it's definitely one that you don't want to run into this one. Hello, Dar Jr. How are you doing? Question number. Thank you, Yoshua. I'm like, this is what happens when I start showing them off. I get excited for the forms. 42 of 44. You're my helper today, okay? You know how everyone, like, teacher's helper? You're my teacher's helper today. Thank you so much for jumping in on that one. But yeah, really fantastic. It's stuff of nightmares. And again, if you missed what I said, this is the Quell Ant. Literally A-U-N-T. This is not an auntie I want to interact with. So there's that. That's a fun one. Okay, now we're going to look at the dragons that I have in this. So keep in mind, because you're going to be getting these pulled from the boosters, there will be slight assembly required. All right, so you can see here, this one came with one wing out. All you need to do, quite literally, is put a very thin layer of a super glue liquid, not a gel. The gels are no good. Liquid onto this point, and then what it'll do, it'll lock into here. Make sure it sets, and that gives you this gorgeous adult white dragon. Okay, it is stunning, and I am super thrilled. I realize I have all my chromatics. I posted it on my Twitter if you want to check that out later. But here is the white dragon, and I am such a fan of this style wing. I don't know why, but I love this it's almost leafy or feather-like shape. It's just beautiful. It really adds this menacing beauty to the creature. Or you can have the heroes cut the wings off. Yep, you could show damage if you wanted to do that. Let me hiccup, pardon me. Here we go for scale. You can see the size difference right there. But that's the white. It isn't pearlescent. It does have a slight satin finish to it. What's happening is the light's playing off of the satin finish, so it's looking pearlescent, but it's not fully pearlescent. It does... Yeah, it's not fully matte. It has more of a satin finish to the paint. So with the light reflecting off of it, it looks pearlescent. I see where you're going with that one, but it isn't quite so as the monitor is picking up or the camera is picking up. But it is lovely. This one should be, I believe it's huge. Hold on. Yeah, this is a huge. Because huge, large. See? And the number on this one, beat you to it. The number on this one is going to be 44 of 44. Okay? So that's your 44 of 44. And it is just, it's a beautiful dragon. And I'm a sucker for dragons, okay? I really am a sucker for dragons. I actually had to put away a lot of my dragons because it's been dusty this summer with all the pollen and they are collecting them. So maybe I'll bring them back out when we're not so lots of wings are open. Lots of windows, I was reading. Lots of windows are open. Leaf-like wings. Yeah, there's definitely leaf-like wings. So that is the white, who is perfectly all right in my book. And then I'm excited about this one. Here is the other dragon that will be coming in the booster bricks. And this is the copper dragon, so the adult copper dragon. This one is 43 of 44. And look at, the color is just rich and lovely. The pose is so unique. I love the S curvature in the tail. Look at that, look at that, look at that. It's just stunning. It's stunning, I tell ya. And even the scale work and the underbelly. And it's definitely a nice copper. Doesn't need the inner ring on these, I believe. So. And the breath weapon is awesome. That's okay, Shannon. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, but don't yuck other people's yums. Let's be respectful of that. So yeah. If it doesn't have the ring, that's the size. Something to keep in mind. You'll see the rings come into play when they're necessary for where it stands for grid use. So that's the copper dragon. And that is all the minis that come in. Actually, before I put this one away, I wanted to make sure. Oh, where did I put him? Oh, he's right in front of me. Okay, I want to make sure I pull out the goblin because we're going to see a few more goblins. So that is all of the minis that have come in the preview box that many are going to be getting in terms of content creators and media sources. So I'm going to quickly tuck this one on the floor so I have a little more room here. And now, oh good, top of the hour as I had hoped. Now, my darlings, let's take a look at the Treerazer, and I'm going to flip up here because this is a sizable box. So, hello, Band of Badgers! So here you have the Pathfinder Battles. This is the premium set. Okay, so this one's $89.99. Don't forget, everything pre-order. Reach out to your local game store. Check online. Get your pre-orders in. But this one is the premium set to the Bestiary. And in here you can see
There's a friend inside.
but you have this lovely open window. It's in a clamshell blister, so it's well protected. No, the breath weapon is not removable at all. So that's the front of the box. I don't pick, if you want your box to stay pristine, don't pick it up because you could actually rip it a little bit. Just be careful. And then you have some artwork on the sides, which is fantastic. Definitely check out that link on the box. He a big boy. This is a big boy. You have legal on the bottom. So really, it works beautifully for display purposes if you want to keep it in its box after the fact. Hold on, I need to try not to open this up underneath my microphone. But it's sizable. It is a good size. So, taking it out of the box is this really cool purple detail on the inside, which offsets beautifully with that vivid green. Okay, so like I said, clamshell blister, front and back. Let me just pop those. It's got 5 connection points on it. All right, so you have to release those 5 connection points, and off is going to come and out of its base. And this is gargantuan. Yeah, did you? For those who want to know, I'm going to show this up close and personal here, and then I'm going to put it into. We'll take a look at the more of the details. But here you can see, like, everything going on with this Treerazer. I mean, it really... Look at the texture that's happening in the wings. And it's this lovely mossy green with like a kiwi-ish green included, especially like here on the blade. Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun sculpt. You can practically hear it. Well, it's not technically a dragon. I'm not 100% on the lore, but I believe this one is more fiend-based. I think this one might be a fiend base. Looks like a dragon. But yeah. I love the texture in the wings. That, for me, with the pock marking, Yeah, I'd have to research it, but I don't believe it's classified as a dragon. Don't quote me on it. I'm not the Pathfinder expert. But I mean, and let me pull, hold on, for scale. That's with a medium. And then here's with a small. So small, medium. It's on its base. Look at that. Oh, was I right? I have so many, because I'm running a game right now. I have all this other lore that I'm like shoving into my head right now for that game. And then I read up on these characters. So sometimes I'm like, am I blending the different sources? So yes. Thank you, Joshua. A demon lord. Say, not dragon. But we have that going. And now I'm going to flip it to the overhead so you can take a closer look at these details, because this is chocked full of some stunning sculpture work. Here we go. Overhead. I want you to see the texture that's going on in these wings. You're not going to get a full shot until I place this further back, but it is worth seeing. Look at this detail. Really is lovely. So that's one of the wings. And then if you look here at the underbelly, all of that texture, it's almost elephant hide-like down the throat and the body. And the weapon itself, look at that. Oh, it's just gnarly. And the base was the other thing I wanted to show, because you have these lovely little mushrooms growing on the base. Look at that. And this fantastic, it's almost chameleon, like a chameleon tail. Yeah, this is fantastic. It's the premium set to the collection. For good reason. You can see here the scale work and the musculature. And then I take a look at the face. Look at the horns. It's actually got 3 horns. Oh, that's not a mouth you want to get near. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, not at all. It has some beautiful shading to it. And even here, look at these little extra details on the shoulders. Little extra flair to it. There's just so many little interesting points on this sculpture that the more you look at it, the more you pick up. It's extremely reptilian. I bet he flosses. Yeah, with the hair of his victims. And the fading in the horns is another thing I very much appreciated. Now, here's the funny thing. I don't know why this happens. Once again, the mood ring is matching the product line. Y'all, I don't know about this mood ring. I'm wondering if I have something else entirely on my hands. It matches what I'm unboxing every single time. So that's the Treerazer. I'm gonna go back to face on because of, oh no, I didn't want to bump the camera. So sizable creature, beautiful detail work.
I think you're gonna hang out with me for a little while. I'm just gonna keep you on display.
Because it really, God, it's just so stunning. I enjoy looking at the details. Chameleon ring, right? So yes. They look like they're mushrooms because they're on stems and they have caps. So I wouldn't call those eggs based on what I'm seeing in the sculpture. But that is the Treerazer for the Bestiary Unleashed. And again, you could use this for so many reasons. I'm gonna make sure it gets a nice little moment in the sun. So that's that. That's that fellow who I will, let's see. Let's shift you down and pop you up here. Actually, if you want to see, here's the adult green. Definitely a size difference there. All right, let me put this guy behind me just because it's so awesome. Yeah, you hang out there, buddy. See? looking over my shoulder. Let's see, I'm just checking the chat quickly to make sure I didn't miss any questions. I think we're pretty good. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I also had some of the minis from the brick that was opened up for photography purposes for WizKids, which means I have some additional ones to show you of what will also appear in the booster bricks. And this one's, there's some real fun ones in here too. Honestly, this whole collection, if you enjoy interesting details, vivid colors, this is a collection for you. I'm not even kidding. I am thrilled to bits with how many of these are just so vibrant. What I want to do is I'm going to show you the other two goblins first. Since we started off with the goblins, let's take a look at the additional goblins. What's in the cup? My PG tips and oat milk and demerara sugar. That's my combination. So, side-by-side comparison of which one is that custom. That would be lovely to know. So here we have the other two who I need to fix the focus on. Again, because we're jumping around with sizes here. I just love these classic. So here you have two more goblins that will be part of this. This is another war chanter, but obviously with sword. And this one, I don't know what's happening. How did you get that little doodad on top of your head? So this one, number-wise, we have 2 of 44. Pathfinder Battles, they are, they are fun. Oh, my goblin, the statue buddy, he's no longer visiting my house. You know, guests should only stay for so long, just like, you know, bad fish. Is that the joke? He went back to WizKids headquarters to hang out. And this one is the Goblin Pyro, which is 3 of 44. But they're just so much fun. Let me see if I can... No, they won't stay on like that. I'm trying to get it so we can get all 3. I think if I use my palm. 1Z. 2Z. Where's 3 Z's? 3. So 1, 2, I mean, I would run a game just for these 3 fellows. Gob Squad. I like that. Yeah, the goblins are fantastic in this set. It's just, they make me smile. There's no way around it. They just make me smile. I love the goblins. They're so much fun and they're so endearing and they're also little stinkers. It's a fantastic combination. So we have those, and let me, you know what, since we have these sort of focused on small, let me go to a couple more of the smalls. This one is the Moss Hound, and it is, let's see if I can get the camera to pop the number up, 5 of 44, or the Sod Hound, sorry, Sod Hound. Does that mean you could be anywhere? Absolutely. But you can see, it's just, you know, lovely little, almost like a pit bull-esque look, and you have Sod. So that's your Sod Hound. Sense of scale. See? Bork, bork. That. So that's another one you can get. And then this is a Cinder Rat. And this one is 4 of 44. And look at this little fellow. It is that lovely transparent plastic, and it's a mix of blacks and oranges. So it looks like a little ember, which I just find, right, there we go. There we go. How fun is that little detail? Gives it a fun dynamic. Excuse me, sir, may I have some cheese? But again, it's a small creature. See? Ta-da! Okay, so then, keeping in line with the mediums before I have mostly mediums that are left in this collection. So here is the fun one. This one is just a, this is the Mummy Guardian, 12 of 44. Just your classic mummy. The wraps are great. The crisscross design of the wraps is fantastic. I thoroughly enjoy that. And you have like, it's very much, it reminds me of like the classic Do you ever see like the original The Mummy with the eye peeking out and everything like that? Isn't that fun? So that's this one. The rat could. Oh, that would be an awesome. I like that idea. Okay, so we have that one. Oh, and if we want for scale, forgive. Stencil scale. Okay, moving along. Who else would be fun to show? What if we... Yeah. Let's take a look at you, darling. We have an orc warrior with javelin, and that one is 14 of 44. Classic medium. But look at this tank. The armor. And actually, the mini itself has some good heft to it. It really does have a good weight to it. But this is... Here's your orc. You want an orc? You're getting an orc. I love it. So much fun. And again, all these little extra touches in the sculpt. I'm loving the reactions in the chat. It is a really great looking orc sculpt. Orc Sheriff of Nottingham. Well, that could be fun. I like that idea. Clever. Very clever. And then if we're going to take a look at that one, why don't we take a look at the Hobgoblin Arbalist. And that is 24A. Okay. Joshua, 24A of 44. Here we go with this one. The chainmail detail is wonderful. And you move into the wraps around the feet, the crossbow. It's a great hobgoblin. It really is. A lot of fun. I like the little detail of the earring. Kind of like me. See? Random tangent. Tangent. So that's the hobgoblin. You're going to start hearing my stomach grumbling. Forewarning, your girl's getting hungry. Oh, this one I very much enjoyed. This is the Celestial Garden, 9 of 44. But look, him's got antlers. And it's this beautiful mix of slate grays, ivories, and warm browns. But again, you get all this fantastic little texture and detail going on here. I like this one too. This one is so unique. I haven't seen ones like this, and this is one I would absolutely... Humblewood has... And I'm blanking right now, but this would be a great Humblewood mini even, if you wanted. Quite lovely. And I like how you have the details, if you're picking it up with the eyes. It's a lovely sculpt. Really is a lovely sculpt. Oh, here we have Medusa. And this is 22 of 44. Again, medium stature. I love these color combinations. Like the olive greens mixed with the more teal blues. Even the quiver has some stitch detail on it. And that bow is just so interesting. Oh, my computer's starting to run. If you hear a whirring sound, that's my computer. It's running a little hot. You okay there, sugar baby? So that's Medusa. And then, you're actually going to pull out here. And again, these are in addition to. These are ones you'll also find. Here's the animated armor, which quite frankly, yes, it's animated armor. You could almost get away with using it as like maybe a PC of some sort. But look at that. I get some bed knobs and broomsticks vibes because of the whole like floating helmet. Oh, there goes my stomach. Sorry. I haven't eaten yet. I'll fix that, I promise. So yeah. Just the flowing of the robes. Even that bit of fabric around the top of the glaive. Animated armor. Thank you, Joshua. You're keeping me honest, and I'm very appreciative of it. This one is 18 to 44. No, come back here and show off your number, please. 18 to 44 for that one. And let's set you down. Continuing on. Now this one is a Kalini dancer. And number, am I reading that right? 21 of 44. But look at, I mean, this is just, it's creepy and festive all at once. This is another one that could easily be moved into other campaigns and such. I mean, just look at this. That's not a performance I'd want to catch. Let's put it that way. Conductor of a necromantic marching band. Absolutely. I will eat. I promise. My stomach is just very good at chiming in when it's not supposed to. And it is a longer stream, to be fair. And I had a lot of setup to do, so that's why I kind of forgot to grab a snack beforehand. Welcome to the undead. That's just it, you know? But it'd be music that was like out of sync and lots of minor tones to it and discordant chords and everything like that. Oh, here we go. Plague zombie. Hook. Are you kidding me? My apologies, folks. Normally that phone rarely ever rings. So this is the plague zombie, and this one is... Hold on. Sometimes the camera picks it up better. I think that's... Is it 13 or 19 of 44? I think that's saying 13 of 44. But this is... Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, let's go with 13. Look at this is just... Now I'm glad I don't have food in my stomach because this is like wretch mode. It ain't pretty. I'm like physically disgusted by this miniature. I'm just like, nope, okay, we're done. Ugh. You can go hide. We're good with you. You can go into hiding. There's another one that's kind of herky. All right. Here we have, I think this is Yanni. This one is 19 of 44, so that confirms the other one was 13. Look at this. This one's beautiful. This is one I want to keep out too, just because the lines and everything and the colors. I'm a sucker for this color combination of the lavenders and the pale blues and the ivories and the golds. And just that spell effect they're lofted on instead of just a clear plastic post. Yeah. And the flowing fabrics, it's lovely. Truly lovely. This is one of my favorite ones. I mean, I have like a top 10. He's in the top 10. I don't know if you're hearing those sounds, but that's my stomach. So you have that one. I have 4 more left, and then you've all been so great and so lovely, so we should be wrapping this up soon. Let us go to the Cacodemon. 3 of 4? No, we already had it. This might be a misprinted number, because one of the goblins was already 3 of 4, so I don't think the number's proper on that one, but... Ugh. This is something you find in, like, the depths of the ocean. Take a look at this character. It almost reminds me of, like, you know those classic tattoo-esque style artwork that you'll see from the profile? It's got some beautiful details to it. It's just creepy. Hump that mouth. It's gonna get ya. Right, the colors are fun. It's like a blood red and an ichor black combination with those vivid orangey yellow eyes. He looks so cheerful. Smile for the camera. I was just saying cheese. Hi. Ready? Hi, Mom. It's definitely, oh my gosh. I'm really sorry. Definitely has those hi, Mom smiles. Or the I'm hungry. Need a few of them. Who doesn't? Actually, tea time. It's probably because I'm sipping the tea. My stomach's like, wait, can we get more than tea? You almost got a live spic take. Hilarious, Mr. Chomps. Wouldn't that be funny? Mr. Chomps being someone's familiar. I've had a Stranger Things, and this one I believe is the Warg. Yep, and it is 11 of 44. Look at the hackles up on the back. Basically just, you know, hound-like creature, charcoal black. Great texture though in the fur. Especially running along the back. Fangs, red eyes. Classic warg. Nothing wrong with those, always helpful to have. Puppy! He's a pupper. Yeah. Warg, 11 of 44. See? So there's that fellow. And then this is another one that's very... Just concept-wise, this is a sewer ooze. And it is 23 of 44.
Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't... It's fantastic in terms of like the use of the plastic and the texture, but just what it's from, nasty. This one's more nasty. So yeah, that's the sewer ooze. Yuck. Right? Yeah, you got that lovely little tendril thing happening too. And then finally, last but not least, this is the Jinn. And this is 25. The DGINNI spelling. And this is 25 of 44. And this one, want to talk about vibrant, gorgeous colors? Hello. I'm actually quite a fan of this sculpt as well. This is in my top 10 too, because of the shape and the colors. It's just lovely. And again, you have tattoo details, all this loveliness happening. And the scimitar, which again needs a little love just from how it was positioned in its blister. But even that has some beautiful scroll work in the blade. Quite lovely. Vibrant, vibrant, vibrant. Absolutely pops like the 4th of July. I don't know why I went southern on that one. Yeah, this is a quick and easy fix though. I'm not worried about that at all. But the fact that you have this motion in the hair, it really is lots of fun. So those were the extras that I had to share with you. Others that I had from it were repeats of what was already in the preview box. So I'm just gonna quickly collect these and put them into the box. Into the box they go. And I'm a huge fan of these goblins. I think I might even, yeah, these guys are so much fun. I mean, just look at these guys. One's turned around. They are collectively part of my top 10 too. The three of them are a group in my mind. But I will honestly say that the Bestiary Unleashed for Pathfinder Battles coming out in July, so available for pre-order now. I cannot recommend personally, like just as a mini collector. It's a lovely combination of variety of color, of positions, of textures, of sculpts that it's certainly worthwhile adding it to your collection and having it for your collection is what I was going to go for. So absolutely, if you are interested, reach out to your local stores, please. It's one of those things where they'll have various things going on. If you're not sure where your local store is, that's whizkids.io/local store, and you can plug in all that information. If it's something where you know local stores are not near you, then you have the option of shopping online. You can go to shop.whizkids.com and head over there. Could those three goblins replace the Yeti Tykes asking for many friends? Interesting. I have no say in that whatsoever, but I like the idea. I can't make it happen. Sorry, that's not my wheelhouse. But yeah, definitely reach out and place your pre-orders now. Same thing for the premium painted that you saw, those 6 as part of Wave 2. Those are up for pre-order. They'll be available in July. Basically, July is going to be a fun release month with Pathfinder Battles. So make sure you let your either local store know, or you can go online and get your pre-orders in, because these are all fantastic and so much fun and just a great time. Remember, the Treerazer itself, it is $89.99 US suggested MSRP. If you're going to get a booster of the Bestiary Unleashed, I almost got the whole way through. Those are $19.99. If you want to get the booster brick, that is $159.92. And again, all this is going to get put into the description after the fact. The pricing for the premium painted, those are individually $77.99. Not $79, no, that's a lot. $7.99 for each one of those figures. So that is that for today. Again, remember the online stores are getting back in stock, so go and check those out. We have the paint party that's happening July 9th now, so that's where you want to go and get your Red Slot paint night kit. If you didn't participate yet, if you already had the kit and the paint's left over, then you just need to get the blister form of the Red Slot at your local game store or online. And I think that covers all the major points for now. Do be sure to check out socials. We are seeing some shifts in release dates simply because stuff is happening globally with shipping and everything like that. Kind of out of our control, but we're doing the best we can to get the product to everyone who needs to get the product. So that is something where you're going to see more general month releases as opposed to specific date releases as a result. And I think that pretty much takes care of everything now. Yes, it do. All right, so all of that being said, thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to check back next week. I'm still debating as to what I'm going to do because with all these releases and things getting shifted around, I think I need to reevaluate. I might actually, what do you say we tap into doing UPM 15 next week? I'm thinking we'll take a look at the next wave of unpainted minis who are also slotted to come out in July. Yes, I think let's do that. We'll take a look at UPM 15 because there's some really lovely sets coming through. We'll probably have to divide it up because it's a pretty sizable set. So I think we'll take a look at Pathfinder, Starfinder, and WizKids Deep Cuts. We'll take a look at all of those together next week, and the week after that, I think we'll take a look at our Nolzur's collection for that one, and Magic the Gathering. I think we'll handle it that way. Anyways, that is it. Take care, everyone. If you haven't had your lunch yet, like yours truly, go and get some food because, it's important. I will see you on the socials. If you want to find me, I'm at V_Muse, sometimes _TCM after that. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and other places. It is lovely seeing all of you in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the past hour and a half. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to wrap this up the way I do every single time. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Bye.